Welcome to the channel. Today we are making homemade honey nut cranberry granola that's both nutty and sweet. I've gone ahead and chopped up my choice of nuts. I have a total of 1 cup: pistachios, walnuts, and cashews. In this pot, I'm combining a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I'm using light brown sugar here. You can use dark brown sugar. I'm also going to combine 1/8 of a cup of corn syrup. You can substitute that for maple syrup. 1/2 cup of butter, which is equal to 1 stick, and 2/3 cup of raw honey. All right, so let's get these dry ingredients together. In this bowl, I'm adding 4 cups of old-fashioned oats. Instant will not work for this purpose because they're already processed. I'm also adding 2 teaspoons of poppy seeds, which add to the crunchy texture and are mildly nutty, that are rich in fiber and healthy in fat. Then I'm adding 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, which boosts nutrition by omega-3s, fiber, and protein. 1 cup of sweetened coconut flakes, a cup of honey nut Cheerios. Yeah, I know that's interesting. The chopped nut mixture, and then we stir very well to combine everything together. Preheat the oven to 325 degrees. Preheat the oven to 325 degrees. 3/4 teaspoon of table salt. That actually helps to add to the sweetness. 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. Excuse me. 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla of your choice, and I'm using Mexican vanilla. Stir this very well to incorporate this mixture. Watch it and make sure that butter melts, but you don't want it to burn. Stir, stir, stir. You have to stir it well to incorporate all the ingredients. You want to make sure that this butter is incorporated well. It will be perfect in the sauce. Okay, so this is looking good. I'm gonna stir it a little bit. Yes, it's incorporated very well. I have lined my baking trays with some parchment paper, and I have my mixture ready to go. So as soon as this is ready, now that it's ready and slightly cooled, we're gonna pour just a little bit at a time over our mixture, and then we're gonna stir that in well, and then add a little bit more and keep on doing that until we have all of the mixture incorporated. And then we're gonna stir it even more. Okay, so it's finally time to start adding all this goodness to our baking trays. So we're gonna do a thin layer on each of these trays and then place them in the oven. And they're gonna stay in the oven for 25 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven. I do about 30 minutes on my oven. As you're placing on a tray, make sure that when you're doing that thin layer, that you're pressing it down really good to get it smooth as possible, because you want it to pull in as much of that goodness together so that it'll be a nice, good crunch in the end. In the oven we go, in a 325-degree preheated oven for 25 to 35 minutes. I did 30. Now this looks beautiful, a beautiful golden brown right out the oven. And what I'm doing now is I'm adding some dried cranberries. I'm gonna let it sit here and cool before we start breaking it apart. Okay, so I let this sit for about 15 minutes. It's time to break it up. It is time for some delicious granola. All right. Ooh, this is looking good. This smells and tastes so wonderful. It smells so good in here. You can add this nutty mixture to a bowl of parfait in your cereal. You can eat it as a snack. Oh, it's just good. It's so good. Now that it's ready and looking all delicious, let's package this up. These are the bags that I have chosen to use, and they have a seal and then they can be vacuum sealed. All right, this batch is ready. They are ready to be vacuum sealed. I'm going to seal them to make sure that those edges do not open up, and you'll have to rip it where you can see where you tear it to open it up. That's what the customer's going to have to do, and they will last for up to 3 months. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.